Our own senator representing Afema, Ali Mechanic, his mechanical system broke down. He was there. He was there. What belonged to us was taken to Ebony. How? Can you imagine I am on the floor of the Senate and Prof has done his work in the House of Rep and it's for the Senate that I am a member to concur and the thing will be changed? Who bought the person? That is why I just need to explain to you, governance, parliament is like a team. You have a Messi, you have Ronaldo, you have Salah, and all these other well-known players. But if they work together, they don't go work. So we want Tinubu to be our president because Tinubu has courage. Nigeria needs a fighter as president. Because the forces that are stealing our oil require a fighter to stop them. The forces that are preventing you from going to the farm require a fighter to whip them out. The forces that insist that you pay electricity bill without meter, based on estimate, in a free Nigeria in the 21st century, you need not to step on their toes. You need to chop on their toes for Nigerians to make progress. And Tinubu has promised he will dismantle the national grid so that you don't take power from Edo and take it to Niger and Edo people have no power. We can't do the same thing over and over until change. Asiwaju is not doing it because he loves us. He's doing it because he loves himself. If Nigeria fails, he himself will be in trouble. I will be in trouble. You will be in trouble. With some of us with grandchildren, I don't want my children to live in America. I be to communicate through WhatsApp. I want to hug. I want to kiss. I want to feel them. And that can only happen if Nigeria works. Nobody else will fix it from outside. It has to be Nigerians. We need the man with courage. We need the man with vision. And we need somebody who has a track record on the basis of which we can trust him. Because promises are cheap. I cannot have a wife. I know if you get married, then I tell you, if you marry me, your daughter, you will get rich. How I will go out? You will ask me the one I married before I be. So if you look at what he has done in Lagos, Lagos is the most complicated city in Nigeria. Every local government has people living in Lagos. Have you had religious war in Lagos? Have you had ethnic war in Lagos? Somebody created an environment for people to do their business. Have you seen how Oshodi has been transformed? How did Molwe disappear? We are bringing out the old tapes now for younger people to read, because those born 90 years ago, they don't know what Lagos was. But this man stood and fought. Even Obasanjo didn't like the guts of Tinubu. Tinubu said, order a federation. Nigeria, everybody say restructuring. What is restructuring? We want different parts of Nigeria, every federated state, to decide how he wants to govern his own state. That's why we are federal in America. A law in one state is not another law in another state. Some states agree for abortion, some other states prohibit it. That is the logic of federalism. And it is not federal that manages local government, it is states. That's why you decided to create more states in Lagos, to expand development. I mean, a more local government. Obasanjo refused. Tinubu insisted. Obasanjo seized the allocation. He went to court. The court ruled in his favor. Obasanjo is not the judgment. He went up to Supreme Court. Supreme Court ruled that the money should be released. Obasanjo PDP refused. But Tinubu insisted. Now, look at this. Obasanjo, determined to impose himself, decided to rig all the Southwest governors out of power in 2003. Prof, no verse, because you were a speechwriter. Only speech. You were not the one advising him on those things. I bear witness to that. Now, how did Asiwaju succeed in Lagos? Why I say courage. That is the point I'm making. Courage in leadership. Obasanjo withdrew the Commissioner of Police. They withdraw INEC. They removed the EOs. They brought new ones at the eve of the election. Asiwaju fought him. He retained Lagos, but Obasanjo took the rest of the Southwest. The following year, 2007, Asiwaju relaunched attack. 2003. No, 11. He reclaimed the Southwest. That is why Obasanjo could not turn Nigeria to a one-party state. If Nigeria was a one-party state, PDP would be the only party now. There would be no need for anybody to campaign. In those days, they don't bother, because whether you vote or you don't vote, they write the result. Today, is it easy? So, when I talk of courage, I'm speaking to what I know. I'm speaking to what I know. Some of you, sir, must have been to Lagos. You see the Atlantic Ocean when it was overrunning Ahmadu Bello Way, crossing to Victoria Island. What were the Babbage? They were just using it to execute criminals, but they couldn't finish it because we still have criminals. Now, the soldiers were putting boulders, 5 billion every year, to reduce the Atlantic. As well as you came back and said, no, this is the old way of doing it. He took the battle to the Mami water of Atlantic Ocean. If you go to Lagos now, that is the best part of Lagos. He reclaimed the land from Atlantic Ocean. That is courage. That is vision. As we are speaking today, Buhari is going to Lagos to commission the deep sea port, which Asiwaju started in 1999, to decongest the old Apapa port. That is vision, to make us of doing business easy. He now have the monorail, which they stopped before. And he said, you cannot rebuild the city of Lagos without train. Today, Buhari is going to commission the Intra-City train, which they design along those hills so that they don't break down people's houses. I can go on and on and on. High chiefs, if Asiwaju become president, the way he managed the city of Obasanjo was called Jungle, and transform it to a mega industrial and commercial city that accounts for 45% of Nigeria GDP, higher than most African countries. That man will touch Sobe, he will touch McDonald's, he will touch me, he will touch Prof, and together we will bring federal